Hello, I'm Wani, and I'm going to play some more World of Warcraft. Specifically, a Guardian Druid. I almost called him Feral there, but that's about an expansion ago. Shows how much I've played my Druid. He's still level 85. See, 85, look at the mouse pointer. And I think I've only really done, like, one or two things, including Dark Moon Fear, monthly thingamajig profession quests. And there is a complete lack of NPCs here. That's weird. I think I'm actually early for the Dark Moon Fear, but it hasn't ported me out for some reason. That's my guess anyway. Either that or it's a whole lot of lag. Who cares? Oh yeah, I am early for the Dark Moon Fear. That's why I can't see any NPCs. Let's find a good idea. Instant queue! Hooray! Now, I'm slightly more prepared for my Druid than I was for my Pally, because they've changed a few things around with Druids, but not as much, I don't think. I don't know, maybe I'm completely wrong about that there. I'm pretty sure I've tanked something on my Druid and it was just like, haha, frenzied regeneration, it's hilarious. Oh, not this again. I did this one with my Pally. I was hoping for the other one. Oh well. Let's do Temple of the Jade Serpent again. I might find something different to talk about this time. I've talked about the lore behind this place, but I haven't actually done the quests on any character that lead up to the dungeon. Shar of Doubt is still a cool boss, but... Oh, I see, I must have already done Stormstar Brewery on this character. Hooray, NPCs, that's promising.
Hello.
Yes, I will assist those people in their assistance, or something. And let's go pull some stuff. I'm pretty sure I have Pure Charge. Oh! And why am I not showing in the airport? That was some weird lag. I'm going to assume that that's... There we go, the beer now. Always good when, you know, the first thing that happens in the dungeon is you're not in beer form. At least it was only a graphical bug and not an actual bug, but... That was still kind of random. And there's no crazy one this time. That's an interesting demon. I probably should have just randomly say before. Basically, you're more lights up, so you turn on more lights up, and the mob does damage from the attacks, which is pretty neat. Oh, this guy's pulling everything. Fine, I'll pull more if you want me to pull more. You don't need to go and just be like, I'm pulling all the things. The rotation has kind of changed up a wee bit, but it's still kind of standard hit buttons when they come on cooldown, and other buttons when they also come on cooldown. And... Oh... What are you doing? Somebody pulled the boss. Is everybody inside? I'm nearly not inside. I think this shaman is kind of impatient. Oh, I see why, he's 86. I remember hating doing this place at 86. It's just kind of boring. Oh, hello, mob. Come over here. Do I have... Yes, I do have Fury Fire Temple. Oh, it's just Fury Fire. It's not Fury Fire. Spinning that last one. What are the buttons I have? Frenzied Regeneration. Oh, freaking step. Press Savage Defense and Dodging Double. And Takashi the Hunter has famed death, or they had famed death, and I'm standing in bad things. Probably shouldn't do that. But this yellow sounds like you're bored, so maybe I should do it. Oh, here's the next one. Hello, next one. So, I should probably actually talk about what Druids are like. They're similar to warriors in that they use a rage-based thing, but it's still sort of new rage rather than the sort of rage before Mists of Pandaria, and what I mean by that is you no longer get rage from damage taken unless you're a warrior in Berserk style. And all your rage comes solely from doing damage, which to me still makes it feel more like focused than rage, because, you know, one of the huge things about rage is that that's sort of based around taking damage. Or, yeah, but I can see why they changed it, because that was either you had no rage at all when you weren't taking damage, or you had a hilariously stupid amount of rage when you weren't taking damage. which did get better when they normalised it in Cataclysm. Basically they made it so that the rage you gained was based on... I don't actually remember what. I think it was like a percentage of your health or something, like the damage was in your health, which was less overpowered, but a lot of the rage changes in Cataclysm were really good, but they changed everything again. You no longer gain any rage from damage taken unless, again, you're a warrior. Defensive stance. I'm gonna go cat. Go cat. Go cat, go. That one. Ferocious one, I thought it was that. Another bleed. Fury fire. Anyway, you now gain rage from a few abilities. I think Mangle, I will check if I was actually in Beer form, but I'm busy being Kitty Cat. And doing some really terrible DPS combos. And just for good measure, my Force of Natures. Yes, I speak towards the aspect. Why? I don't know. I'm pretty sure that Incarnation is not an aspect, but I want the trees. I don't know why. Anyway, to not get sidetracked repeatedly, Stampeding Roar. You gain rage from dealing damage, and if you're a bear, from critting as well, which, like critting with your melee attacks, which is really nice. Warriors get similar with that, because now they gain from critting with the thingamajig. Critting with Shield Slam and Devastate, which is pretty nice. Oh, is this guy going to expect me to pull everything? Lacerate. Oh yeah, I think the only ability that bears get rage from is Mangle, but your other abilities have a chance to reset the cooldown on Mangle, like every time Thrash hits, every time the other thingamajigs hit. I really wish this guy would pull everything, because I'm that part of Frenzy Regeneration. How much did that heal? I can't see it, just get off the screen. You then spend the rage that you're gaining from Mangle and on either Maul, though really you only want to use Maul if you're not taking much damage, or if it lights up like an actual beer will correct me. Either that or Savage Defense, which give you 45% dodge chance, which is, kind of a crap ton. And Frenzy Regeneration, which converts rage into health based on and then so that gives me a 33k heal. So that's what, roughly about 2.5 times as much. My eyeballing math says. And Vengeance is based on how much damage you're taking, so yeah, Savage Defense is a pretty nice button if you're taking a lot of damage, and if you are, which honestly, you're a coward here. I've had some really obscene ones from the Guardian every so often. It's funny. I think actually I probably can skin these guys, but I keep forgetting that I have skinning. Like, my monk has skinning as well, and I'm always forgetting to skin mobs, and I'll be halfway through doing a quest, and then suddenly, oh right, I have skinning, and yeah, I wind up running back after the mob that I've been killing, skinning him again. I'm slightly OCD about looting. If there's sparkles on a mob, I have to right-click it. It's just the way of the world or something. Corrupted lies and all that. So, Druids, these Druids still have the whole kind of like warrior, but not quite like a warrior sort of thing going on. And that's pretty nice. Like, Savage Defense is similar-ish to Shield Block, and Frenzied Regeneration is similar-ish to Shield Barrier, so... Apart from... Actually, that's pretty much the only really similarities. The other moves are pretty different now. Obviously, they don't have Shield Slam because there is Shield with their butt. Check out the butt. That's an awesome shield. Yes, I'm going to go and zoom in on my tank's butt. See, you could shield some awesome stuff with that. Actually, it's probably bigger than my warrior's shield at the moment. For some dumb reason, Draenei have ridiculously tiny shields. Because they don't need to compensate for anything. Inappropriate jokes. What was I even doing? I don't even know anymore. Beers. They're neat. Because you're a beer. And if you're doing ICC, you get the above levels, and they were the best thing ever. Where trees go. Might be getting leaving? I don't know. I don't think so. That's weird. Guardian. Melee's for 303 physical damage per second and will use dodge. Okay. I guess that means that... Oh right, I've still got to kill this guy, don't I? I forgot about that. I remember when this place was fucked. That was fun. Because I think... Yeah, with the annual pass I got into the beta for this. That was fun. The beta was okay. I didn't do much in it because I was lazy and didn't want to get the characters multiple times. And yay, this direction. Not an aggro table. And this guy was fine through all of the beta, and then when Pandaland actually came out... Stampeding Roar! When Pandaland actually came out, finally, it just broke, and you would get the suns showing up and not doing anything, and it honestly had been fine through all of the beta, and eventually it just was turned off until, like, roughly when Thunder Fella came out. Throne of Thunder. I call things fellas too often in case you haven't noticed. It's because I'm in New Zealand, in case the accent didn't turn anybody off. Apparently that's my best selling point in why people watch my videos. Although I'm still kind of young watching my videos. Let's face it, I'm pretty much just sitting in my computer talking to myself repeatedly, and then uploading it to YouTube. Because why the hell not? Charge this fella. Hello, minion of doubt. And run over this way. Bark skin, because I have that ability and I never press it. Or else then like the first one to press it. Swipe! Thrash! That's it. Swipe. Angle. Thrash. Swipe. That's it. I think that's how you meant to do it. You meant to like swipe the other button and just move everything else. In which case I would never do it. I don't know. I don't have to play. Do I look like a... No. As you can tell, I'm jumping a lot because this character is night elf. And, you know, night elf. Even though night elf bears they should. That would be the best thing ever if night elf bears flipped. I could just be jumping around and suddenly I'd flip. Hello, boss. Had theory fire. Cooldown then. 30 seconds, oh wow, that's ridiculously short. I had no idea it was that short. I'm too used to, the warrior one. Demoralizing shout, that's the one. Because it's not hilariously short. I think I might use more. I don't need to use an actual savage defense because this yellow looks like this thing weird. Restoration cast on me again. Thank you, hunter person. Restore. That sounds vaguely Russian. I'm gonna assume that's Russian. I don't know why they would be playing on a US server though. They're Russian. See, I really should do the quests because if there's one thing I genuinely do enjoy doing, it's finding out why I'm in a dungeon and what I'm doing here and why I'm killing everything. That was kind of one of my problems with Karazhan. Like, I will admit, I'm not a huge fan of Karazhan. I don't hate it as much as I used to. I really didn't like it earlier. I never played during Burning Crusade. I think I've said that in earlier videos. That, or maybe I do. Do I? I wanted to know nobody else wants to. Does anybody else want to? Depends on what Smash is doing. Back to Karazhan though, so that I'm not just getting sidetracked again. Yes, I'm gonna eat this. When I first did it, it was with a group of like 4 or so other people at level 7, 80 during Rapid the Lich King. I never raided it at 70, I had 70 about to be before Rapid the Lich King. So, I really, like we had no idea what we were doing. We kept getting mules, and it took us like 5 hours to get through it, and these days I just solo the whole place in half an hour. Though having said that, I still don't like it because it's terrible. I was soloing it for a while to get the hits out of it, but I just couldn't get this chest yet. Or I could get it, but it's a pain in the ass to do. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, one of my other problems with Karazhan, so that I'm actually talking about what I was talking about, I didn't have any idea what was going on. It's like, hey, here's this big tower. I know what Karazhan is. I know it's Medivh's tower, and he's the guy who summoned the Burning Crusade and the Orcs to Azeroth. But I didn't really know what was the point besides that. I knew that, like, Mediv wasn't a very nice guy, but what the hell are all these ghosts doing here, and why is Prince Melchizar at the top, and I think there are a few quests kind of around it, like the Kirin Tor, kind of trying to figure out what exactly Medivh's doing, but the dungeon itself was just really disjointed, and it was just like, here's some random crap thrown in here just for the sake of it, and it had very little to do with Mediv or anything like that, and that still bugs me. I mean, I don't mind Karazhan as much as before. Yeah, I was soloing it for a while because it was less of a pain in the ass to solo than the other dungeons that give pets. But I just don't get Karazhan. And that's why I should do the quests in this place, so I know exactly why Princess... What was her face? Nope. There was something else. Yep, is there Liu Flameheart, she's not a princess anymore. Why am I calling her a princess? What's that? Hibernate. Oh yeah. I'm just randomly finding buttons on my bars. And realising that I'm still getting sidetracked. I need to do the quest, so I know why Liu Flameheart's all like, oh no, something about the Jade Serpent, something. That and I really want to do the master titles. I do like finding the lore about this, and I'm kind of tempted to actually just do a series of videos with me talking about myself slightly less. And just say, hey, this is this dungeon, this is why we're here, and so on. Because a lot of the dungeons do have some really neat lore behind them. I'm trying to think of a good example, and none are coming to mind. No, nothing's coming to mind. Ooh, that one. I wouldn't mind that if nobody else needs it. And nobody else needs it because I'm the only Druid person. So, thanks everybody. Thank everyone around you. And beer dance. Beer dance go, dancing on the Shower of Doubt. No, I still can't think of any dungeons with really good lore behind them, but there is a lot of lore there to be looked at if you can be bothered, which a lot of people I think really can't. Like, I've been watching Wowkrender's questing, leveling videos, and one of the things he's been trying to do is make sure that he actually reads the quest text so he knows why he's doing all these things, and that's a really neat idea, and there are a lot of, like, quests that people do ignore, and it's like, oh hey, that actually makes sense that we're doing this thing, and it actually kind of ties into other things. I know there are some dungeons that just sort of tie in really well. Actually, a good example is Halls of Lightning from Wrath of the Lich King, because you're going through there and there's the whole big quest chain in Storm Peaks, which I have actually done. And yes, I know I've won the imbued crystal there. You don't need to keep there we go, it's disappeared now. There's the whole big quest chain in Storm Peaks, where you go and find Thorim, and Thorim does his big deal and runs around, and you find his dragon, and then Thorim's trying to investigate what's happened to the other keepers, and he finds out that Loken's been corrupted by Yogg-Saron, and then you go into Halls of Lightning and kill Loken, and then you have to go into Ulduar and kill Yogg and free Thorim and the other three keepers, and then later on, to connect things even more, you go to Halls of Origination on the Cataclysm expansion, and even more neat stuff happens. You find out that that's the device that Algalon was going to use, Algalon and Ulduar was going to use to destroy all life on Azeroth and repopulate everything, and it's a pretty long and really neat quest chain, and I think even the Alderman leveling dungeon from like level 40 or so ties into it in some places, and it's neat, and check out my sexy hat. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling about that there. I think that's a decent idea for a video series, and I might do that at some point and get rid of that annoying mail icon because it's annoying me. And yeah, I'm going to go upstairs in the inn and then sit down and have some dinner. So, thanks for watching.